Thank you for joining us again and welcome back to The Explorer. If you are joining us for the first time, I appreciate your time as always for having taken up some time from your own very important schedule. It is important for African countries to continue to look inward and more importantly to gain some particular confidence with regards to their own internal challenges and not pay attention on foreign partners who to an extent have their own particular agenda and may not help them and provide the cover that they may need. The global economy is in tension at the moment, and there is a huge geopolitical shift across North America. And Africa must pay attention on what's happening in the countries across the region, in big capitals like in Brussels, in Beijing, in Moscow, in Washington, emerging Turkey, and also in the Middle East. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because it comes at a time when most African countries have been called up and some fail to recognize that there's been a global shift at the moment and Africa is going through an incredible geopolitical shift at the moment as well. The country of Nigeria has been put onto the spotlight. Nigerian people must pay closer attention from what the United States of America is saying. It is important from what the United States of America is saying. Mr. Donald Trump's accusation of the country of Nigeria shouldn't be taken lightly because maybe, just maybe, Mr. Donald Trump knows something that we do not know. At this time, the country of Nigeria's former president, Mr. Olusegun Obasanjo, came out and sounded the alarm. And it's a wake-up call for the country of Nigeria. Make no mistake, geopolitics at the moment is paying global attention and African officials and citizens are watching closely. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because most recently, as you all know, we've covered on this channel, the President of the United States of America, Mr. Donald Trump, came out and said that they are killing Christians in the country of Nigeria.
In breaking news, President Trump is threatening to halt all financial aid and put his military on standby for a possible action against Nigeria. Making a podium address on his Truth Social platform, he gave the African nation an ultimatum. He called on it to stop the alleged killing of Christians or face dire consequences.
If the Nigerian government continues to allow the killing of Christians, the USA will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria. We're going to do things to Nigeria that Nigeria is not going to be happy about and may very well go into that now disgraced country, guns a-blazing, to completely wipe out the Islamic terrorists who are committing these horrible, horrible atrocities. I'm hereby instructing our Department of War to prepare for possible action. If we attack, it will be fast, vicious, and sweet, just like the terrorist thugs attack our cherished Christians. These are cherished people. These are great people. Leave them alone. Warning, the Nigerian government better move fast before it's too late. If they don't, there's going to be hell to pay.
The Trump administration named Nigeria last week on a list of countries it says is violating religious freedom. Nigeria's government rejected the accusation, claiming it is misinformation based on faulty data. An Inter-Society report released in August states more than 7,000 Christians have been killed in Nigeria in 2025.
Nigerian Foreign Minister Mr. Tugar has gone out there, tried to debunk it, and more importantly talk about that it is across the board and it's only Nigerians that are being killed. This is important, no doubt, but again, make no error. Mr. Donald Trump's own request should be paid closer attention because, as we've seen in the country of South Africa, Nigeria could pay the price for the strategic objectives, whether it's in trade, whether it's in the aid support that the United States provides to the country of Nigeria. You may say something else, but from my strategic understanding, when Mr. Donald Trump keep pushing things continuously, there might be a repercussion from another area. I'm not saying Nigeria should be rolling on the floor or begging the United States. What I'm trying to say is Nigeria should come out clear. Stop talking about sovereignty. Go and engage the problem because at this moment, with the former president of the country of Nigeria, who is respected globally, respected in the number of quarters in the country of Nigeria, Mr. Olusegun Obasanjo, came out and confirmed that there are killings and the country of Nigeria need help in solving this. This will echo in Washington from the strategic perspective as to the reason why Nigeria has failed to tackle its internal issue and what's happening in its backyard, and that gives room for the United States of America to look at this, that Mr. Donald Trump may be saying some truth in this case. To give you more context on this, let's go to China Television on the reason why Mr. Olusegun Obasanjo may not just be coming out from the blue, because this might be a very important moment for the country of Nigeria to take it seriously. Let's roll this clip.
The first responsibility of any government is the protection and security of its citizens. And for anybody, at any time, anywhere, saying that when we are being killed as Nigerians, all you will say is that those that are being killed, another group also are being killed. Is that an explanation? I believe that is nonsensical. We are being killed. We Nigerians, no matter what religion you belong to, no matter where you come from, no matter what profession, we Nigerians are being killed. And our governments seem to be incapable of protecting us. We are part of the world community. If our government cannot do it, we have right to call on the international community to do for us what our government cannot do for us. And for anybody to say because those who are being killed belong to this region, belong to this religion, belong to this tribe, and then others too are being killed, cannot be an acceptable excuse. If we are being killed, it is the responsibility of government to do something about it. Government should stop the killing of Nigerians, no matter what religion they belong to, no matter what part of the world they belong to, no matter what tribe they belong to. We are being killed. And the killing of Nigerians should be stopped. We have right as Nigerians to appeal to international community to help where government cannot help us.
We've seen other particular conversation based on the issue happening in the country of Nigeria, and I know Nigerian experts and officials. What I like to say again, that I haven't seen Nigerian experts so far tackling this issue globally, except the foreign minister. Of course, there are some internal ministers or secretaries in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs who've spoken out about this, no doubt. However, Mr. Tugar was recently in Nigeria talking about the foreign minister of Nigeria to talk on this issue that the country of Nigeria does not want to become Sudan. I understand that, but that's not the case here. What has you done? What have you explained? Mr. Tugar went to the British podcaster Piers Morgan to talk on this particular issue, and he drew some criticism there. It goes back to what I've been saying, that if you, the continent of African countries, cannot step up to the plate and be honest at some point to deal with the internal issue, then you will be allowing geopolitical partners who may have some of their own interests, and sometimes they are asking genuine questions to question you, because Nigeria can only claim that this is an internal issue, because when religion is concerned, it becomes a global perspective where other countries start putting in their own interests. In this case, the country of Nigeria former president, Mr. Olusegun Obasanjo, never wasted his time. He emphasized that it's all Nigerians who are losing their life, and irrespective of what is going to be happening, Nigeria needs support. Let's play this clip.
Fellow citizens, in these past weeks, our beloved country, Nigeria, has endured its most humiliating international public image since the Abacha era. Years of leadership failure to confront our nation's underlying crisis finally came to a head as the deteriorating state of our country drew the most despicable language ever used by a world leader to describe Africa's largest nation, with President Trump referring to Nigeria as a now disgraced country. A sudden intense flurry of activity from the Nigerian government following Donald Trump's threat only betrays the fact that before now, Nigerian leaders had buried their heads in the sand like ostriches, preoccupied with the politics of chaos and paying little attention to the real work of governance, until Donald Trump's insults jolted the sleeping giant. Nigeria's political class have been dancing on a hot stove like the experimental frog that slowly boiled to death as the heat rises. They have numbed themselves to the painful realities that ordinary citizens endure daily.
Nigeria is at a crossroad at the moment. Make no error, Nigeria refused to receive the immigrants, so-called some criminals from the United States of America being deported by Mr. Donald Trump. Mr. Donald Trump's own particular immigration issue has caused some stir across the region. We've seen countries like Rwanda, we saw South Sudan, Eswatini, and a whole lot of nations. Most recently, the country of Uganda, who've accepted immigrants from Mr. Donald Trump's own particular expatriation. Maybe there's some quid pro quo there. Well, that's not an issue. But what I'm trying to say here is Nigeria never received that. Nigeria responded that they do have their own internal issue that they have not solved. But make no error, as an important economy in the continent of Africa, Nigeria should observe this engagement with the United States of America from a cautious point of view. Nigeria should make it point clear, like I said.
And we should have no apology for that. Those apologists who are saying, well, those who are killing, they are killing this type of people, and then they are also killing this type of people. That is not acceptable. And nobody should accept that. We will pray, and we will continue to pray. But when we pray, we should also work. We should do what we have to do. We should ask government to do what it has to do at all levels. We should ask our leaders to do what they have to do at all levels, in all walks of life, to preserve life in this country. And we should also, because we are part of the world community, we should also appeal to the international community. We will be irresponsible as citizens to start saying, yes, those who are being killed, and then, yes, these also are being killed. For me, every Nigerian life that is lost is a shame for Nigeria. Every Nigerian life that's lost by those criminals, no matter what reason they give for it, it's a shame for Nigeria. And we should make sure Nigeria gets out of that.
The country of South Africa is paying the price from the strategic point of view so far. 30%, looking at the G20 engagement with the United States of America, the back and forth with the country of the United States, talking about Mr. Donald Trump's own acquisition of the country of South Africa. However, South Africa does have its own challenges. I expect Nigeria should learn from this playbook of the country of South Africa. Two major economies in the continent of Africa. Whether Mr. Trump has his own internal or personal reasons to engage this, like Mr. Trump said, this matter was so low until he rejuvenated it. He brought it over to the global media. That's why Nigeria start talking about it. If you see a former president coming out, someone who have gravitas, respect in the country, and playing it out what is happening in the country of Nigeria, I think Mr. Donald Trump will be paying attention in regards to this particular video. Let's play this clip.
It is a stain on the Nigerian government that it took the threat of external intervention to rouse leaders to their responsibilities. It's a shame on our National Assembly that it took the United States Congress, not the representatives elected by Nigerians, to convene a hearing on the lived experiences of citizens suffering under insecurity, while those in Abuja were busy with politicking, posturing for political relevance, defecting from one political party to another in their desperate maneuvers to secure their seats ahead of the 2027 elections.
Let me know in the comment section what you think in regards to this particular outing by the former president of the country of Nigeria, and why African countries at the moment should pay closer attention on what's happening in global capital. Nigeria, a country that's considered one of the most strategic partners of the United States of America previously, should come to the point to understand that the U.S. doesn't have global friends in some areas when it comes to its own interest. Nigeria should pay closer attention on this accusation from the United States of America, as we've seen Nigerian officials who went to the United States of America. The delegation at the list was incredibly high to tell you what is at stake here. The country of the United States of America is not going to be backing down anytime soon in regards to this issue, and Nigeria should take it seriously. More importantly, if you listen to what the senators in the United States of America are talking about, they are listening to religious officials. I think Nigeria should come together and ensure that they can resolve this issue in an amicable manner and bring peace in that particular part of the country. I will be looking forward to meeting you soon in our next episode. Have a good day. Bye-bye.